The topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Hello, W4CY listeners. My name is Nitzan Mosery, and I am the Traveling Investor. This is where you're going to learn how to master your mind, body, and wallet. I'm an entrepreneur, coach, and investor, and I've spent my life studying and following the habits and mindsets of highly successful people. With that knowledge, I've created a lifestyle business where I live life on my own terms. I'm on a mission to share my knowledge to help you live life on your terms. I'm Nitzan Mosery, the Traveling Investor, and thank you for joining me as we dive into real, raw, authentic, and inspiring conversations with people from around the globe who are making an impact.
Base, I see.
Fun time, Tom. What's happening, travelers? Nitzan Mosery here, and I'm back. We're back with another week, another show of the Traveling Investor Show. I'm Nitzan Mosery. This is Tom Zames, philosopher extraordinaire. We can pull this out. We don't have a guest today.
Oh, boy.
It's just us.
Uh-oh.
It's just going to be us in the raw. Oh, yeah. So what's happening, guys? How's your week been? What's happening? Let us know where you're listening in from. We'd love to know where you're coming in. And I'm going to, before we get the show started, I want to ask everybody listening on W4CY and everybody listening on Facebook to do me a solid. I need 14 more people to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, go to the Traveling Investor, like, subscribe, share, comment, but most importantly, subscribe. And the reason why, when I get 100 people to subscribe to my show, I get a personalized URL, and I'm really looking forward to that personalized URL. So if you can do that, just go and do
subscribe.
it. You haven't
The only reason I haven't is because I'm too lazy to log in.
Dude, go now. Go now. Live on the show. Show people how to do it.
This is a call to action. All right.
This is how you do it.
This is how you do it right here.
You go to YouTube. There you go.
There we go.
Go to YouTube. Oh, you don't have the YouTube app?
No, I don't have the YouTube app.
God.
Maybe that's my problem.
Is that
the first step?
This is a dinosaur we're talking to.
I am a dinosaur. When it comes to technology, I am.
There you go. Isn't that YouTube right there? What are those?
I'm a fossil. Those are YouTube videos that I have saved.
Okay. So you do go to YouTube.
My technology age is 73.
Mm-hmm.
My vibrancy age is 22.
Right.
So there you go.
Tell your mom I say hi as well. Hope all is well. So how's everybody doing this week? What you guys been up to? What's been your plan? Any goals? Anybody achieve any goals this week?
Goals.
You know?
Yeah.
We always have to have goals, right? Did any of you achieve? Did you achieve any goals?
I set goals every Monday. I reaffirm goals. They're mostly it's mostly work I'm catching up on.
Okay.
So it's not really a goal, but I got it all caught up this morning, and it felt fantastic.
Beautiful.
Just to get it off my back.
That's right.
And now I can proceed without this weight over me. So that was the first step for me.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah, it was like a goal before a goal.
That's it. Well, hey, you got to have a goal to set a goal.
Yeah.
Right? Or else you're never going to set those goals. You got to sit and say, okay, you know what? Monday, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set my weekly goals on Monday. So you got to set a goal and set a timeline so that you can set your goals. It's very important. What I found in my life, is that if I don't pencil it in my calendar, it doesn't happen.
Okay.
It doesn't exist. And that's from anything. That's from spending time with the kids and the family.
Yeah.
That's from, spending time with the wife. That's from going out to do whatever you need to do. If it's not penciled in, it's not going to happen. Because we live off of our calendars.
Yeah. Do you have your whole day blocked out?
Pretty much.
Tomorrow?
Yes. Oh yeah. You see mine.
Right.
It's people, hey, how's your day looking tomorrow? It's packed. It's full. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't hit me in the beginning of the week or the week before, it gets packed. Right.
It's packed.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Train. Luke.
Yeah. Luke Duke. What's up, buddy?
All right.
Yeah.
What's happening, Chris? So you guys on Facebook, if you want to see the full effect of the show, you can go to W4CY.com and click on Talk 4 TV. You'll see the Traveling Investor Show, and you'll see the full effect rather than just us sitting here in front of a green screen. Mm-hmm. And also,
Hit that subscribe button.
And hit that subscribe button. That's right. Go to YouTube, man. Hit subscribe.
Yeah.
Go to Traveling Investor YouTube channel. Hit like, hit subscribe. That's the most important thing. And then share my content. What's happening, Maria? Hope all is well. So like I said, we're going to pick cards for anybody who wants. So we're there. So before we started here, we were live on Facebook and we were talking about asking personal questions, because I asked a cousin of mine who she's on the Facebook here right now. All right. Yeah, there we go. Trump. We got Ben Salapak says, "Hey, Trump." All right.
Ben,
what's up, brother? We were talking about asking people personal questions. I asked Natalie how old she was, and then Tom was like, "Oh, why are you asking people? We don't ask women those questions." And I said, "I don't follow those social rules. I don't follow that social etiquette."
I asked that jokingly, by the way. I'm not, I'm cool. Yeah.
So then Tom said that he's going to walk around asking people their weight, right? And I said, well, if people are uncomfortable talking about their weight, well, maybe they should do something about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're uncomfortable talking about any part of you, your body, your life, you should take a look at it and not be offended if somebody asks you, how old are you? How much do you weigh? Or anything like that.
Yeah. Right? That's a great point. I never thought about that. So whatever you're uncomfortable talking about, that's something that you need to work on.
That's right.
Give attention to.
What are you guys uncomfortable talking about? What's happening, Caesar? Caesar's on W4CY.
There he is.
All right, man. And there's and if you guys were on W4CY right now, you would see the link to go to the YouTube channel, and it's right there. So do me a favor, go and click that link because we want a lot of subscribers. Our goal is to reach 1 billion people, one person at a time, right? One person at a time. We want to make a change.
Colleen's very proud of what she weighs, 105 pounds, small and mighty. I love those petite women. Gymnast, Colleen? Were you a gymnast back in the day?
Mm-hmm. What did you do, Colleen?
That scores bonus points with me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I weigh right now about 195.
195.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go down to about 180, 175, 180. That's my goal. I started shrinking. I stopped eating late at night. 8, 9 o'clock is the last time I eat.
Okay.
I go to the gym. I have my protein shake before. I have my protein shake after. And then around 12 o'clock, I have a badass salad with lots of pumpkin seeds and hemp seeds for the protein. And then come dinner time, 6, 7 o'clock, I have another good meal. Yeah. And that's it.
That's it.
And I've watched that. I'm trimming down. That roundness in my gut is going away. I feel a lot better, a little bit lighter.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Just 3 or 4 days of healthy eating, you can see the difference in the mirror. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely. Hey Beth, how are you? Beth is a longtime friend. Her son and I went to high school together. Say hi to Glenn for me. Thanks for listening in, guys. But yeah, if you go to w4cy.com, you'll be able to see us. Click Talk 4 TV, and you'll be able to see the whole show. So let's talk about personal things. Why is it a faux pas to ask personal questions?
Well, like I mentioned with the money. So over in Greece, it's a little more common to say, how much money do you weigh? Mm-hmm. Right? Nobody in their right mind would ask somebody that question, right? Unless they were good friends with them or whatnot, because it's intrusive. It's something that maybe they could be ashamed about. Right. Ashamed that they make too much money and ashamed that they make too little money. Because in this world now, it is very we're supposed to be ashamed about everything. Everything we're supposed to be ashamed about. Mm-hmm. Everything.
Right. But I think also when it comes to money, right? If you make more, if I make more, you make less, I make less, that's also a status symbol.
Yeah.
And everything that we do is based on what status we want and what status we don't want and where we want to go. What's happening, Tucker? Right? And Calvin's on W4CY as well. So a lot of it has to do with status.
Yeah.
Right? Everything that we do.
Right.
The job that we do, the car that we drive, the women that we go out with, the friends that we have, the investments that we go into. It's all about taking us from the status point of where we are now and elevating us to the next status point. Right? So I think it has to do a lot with status.
Status.
People think, well, you know what? If you make $40,000 and I make $100,000, I'm better than you. right? And that's what I think people are afraid of. People are ashamed to say, because then
it is a measuring stick.
It is, right?
It is a measuring stick. So I think people need to get comfortable around people that make more money than them. That's the only way you can really grow in life.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
you got to surround yourself with people that have more than you, that are better than you, that are stronger than you
all the time,
so that you can improve. Right? I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. You know, when I hold a mastermind, I want other people that are smarter than me to talk.
Yeah.
You know, I want other people with different perspectives to come in and to shine and to share.
If your inner circle makes less money than you, there's no room for growth. Okay. If your inner circle makes more money than you will rise up to meet them over time. If you don't get offended, if you don't get hurt by it, if you don't insecure,
right?
Insecure. I know you make more money than me. And I'm secure with it. I'm cool with it. You know what I mean?
Because when we go out to a bar, we're drinking the same drinks and we're talking the same shit. And you know, he drives a nice car. I drive a nice car, but who gives a fuck?
Well, we've there's other things involved. You know what I mean? There's other things involved. But you know what? I've never really sat down with my friends and said, oh, you make this, and like, who makes more? It's a strange conversation, but maybe it's something that we need to get comfortable with to move forward.
It's true, and it's funny, and it's just a social aspect that is embedded in our minds, right? Because I've lived in Israel. My family's from Israel, so I go there a lot, and I've lived there and whatnot. And over there, so how much? It's open conversation. You can
over
talk
there too. Same thing.
It's open.
You walk up, hey, what's up, man?
You got a new job? Oh, how much you making?
Yeah.
How much you pay for that car?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's not an insult, or it's not a crappy thing. People just, that's the way it is because of that openness, right? They're so close that that's gonna matter?
No big deal.
No big deal. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's just part of a conversation. We just want to know. We're interested. What's happening, Vivek?
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that personal questions like money, weight, things of that nature should be part of our society, or should that be closed in and held close to the chest, close to your vest? Right? Let us know. We're very, very curious because
we wear so many masks. We all have masks on.
Absolutely.
All of us, and some of us more than others, right? And these are all just more masks to wear. Absolutely. When you wear a mask, no pun intended to all the nonsense that's going on with the mask, but when you wear a mask in life, figuratively speaking, you're hiding. And you're contracting.
Yep.
When you're contracting, when you're hiding, you're small, you're playing small, there's no expansion. It's the opposite of what you want.
That's right.
So maybe we do need to have more uncomfortable conversations, Hey, you know what? I think you might make more money than me. Can you teach me what I need to know to upgrade my life?
How did you do what you did?
Instead of pretending, you did this, me.
All rich people are assholes. They're all the same, blah, blah. Well, you know what? They do something different than other people do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to say his name because I'm not really a big fan of his right now. But look at Bill Gates. Look at Jeff Bezos. Look at Elon Musk. Look at the guy who owns Alibaba. Right? He went out and they did things differently. Right? They asked the hard questions.
Yeah.
They looked at themselves. They looked at themselves deep, and they said, "What do I need to change? Who do I need to become for this to be successful?" And they weren't afraid to look in the mirror and to actually examine themselves. Right? What's happening, Margine? Margine here says, we base our value on what we make rather than the people we are and the love and kindness we show others. It's back asswards. Absolutely. I agree.
Well, right? Here's something interesting, though, about that. The money that we do earn is a reflection of the value that we're providing to the world.
Amen.
And it's also a reflection of our own self-worth.
Amen.
So there is something there, and we do put a value on it, and there is a value to it. So what I would say is look at the value you're providing to the world, A, to enhance the money that you bring in. Mm-hmm. And to your point, it doesn't mean if you don't make a lot of money or you're not making as much money as you should, all that means is you're underachieving. And that doesn't diminish your potential. Mm-hmm. Your potential value is right just as important, if not more important, than what you're making.
And again, if it is a mark of value of how I value myself, how I see myself, my self-worth, what I say to myself, right, what I think about myself, then you need to have a conversation with yourself and say, okay, am I happy where I am right now? What's happening, Rolando? Am I happy right now? Do I like what I'm doing? Is this something that will satisfy my soul? Right? You got to, just like asking those personal questions to a stranger, you got to ask those personal questions to yourself.
Yeah.
Right? It's that again, it comes back to that relationship. That most important relationship is between you and yourself, right? Between me and myself, between you and yourself, right? How much do I value myself, right?
That's what spirituality is.
That's it's all entwined, right? Yeah. That's why it's a holistic thing. You cannot dissect it and separate it and have all the different pieces working independently of each other to try to build the whole. Yeah. They have to work in tune. They have to work with one another, right? And you gotta have that value. Now, I'll tell you, when I was traveling, right, I wasn't making a lot of money because I was traveling. I was selling jewelry. I was doing massage therapy, teaching Reiki. I was making enough to live, to pay for my guest house, to pay for my food and whatnot. And if I needed a plane ticket, I would work a little bit more, sell a little bit more jewelry, do a little bit more massages, a little bit more Reiki, and then I get more. However, I didn't value myself less then than I do now when I'm making more money.
Okay, gotcha.
Right? I value myself the same, right? I think it was also the vehicles and what I wanted out of life.
Right.
Right. At that point, I wanted to be free. Money wasn't an object for me. Money wasn't a thought. I didn't care about making X amount of money. My goal was to enjoy life, to have the freedom to do what I want, when I want, wherever I want. And if I want to pick up today, I go. If I want to come back, I go. Do whatever I want. But now, being where I am today, I noticed that having the structure, having the systems, having the processes, having the goals, having the drive, the passion, the desire, and the vehicle, I find myself being able to give myself a better life, having more freedom, and being able to travel when I want, wherever I want, because of the type of work that I do. So, it kind of...
Yeah, your needs change.
Your needs change, right.
So your goals changed. You still valued yourself. You still had good self-esteem. So it was a seamless raising of your vibration into these new goals, right?
That's right. Yeah. Absolutely. Excellent. Absolutely. So what do you guys think? Come on. You guys are sitting here listening to us on Facebook and here on W4CY. So let us know where you're coming in from. We'd love to know. And we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on asking the hard questions? What are your thoughts on setting personal goals with yourself to achieve greatness, to connect with your higher self? So stay tuned. We'll be right back. That's it.
The Traveling Investor on W4CY Radio.
Who
Please
wants
take
us to pull a card for
listen
that?
to the sponsors who have a secret message just for you. Don't leave. The best is yet to come. The Traveling Investor will be right back.
I wanna be rich. Oh, I wanna be rich.
Behind everything you're searching for is something you're actually looking for. When you search with the Real Yellow Pages, you get more than a contractor. You get a whole new curb appeal. It's not just getting directions to a dry cleaner with YP.com. It's rescuing an old favorite from the back of the closet. And it's more than finding a locksmith with YP.com on your mobile. It's getting to sleep in your own bed. Whatever it might be, there are more ways to search and more ways to find exactly what you're looking for with the Real Yellow Pages, YP.com, and YP.com on your mobile, only from AT&T.
Hey, this is Rebel Medler. Join me for In Your Face on W4CY.com, Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We're not gonna take it. No, we
Fiesta Pet Deli, South Florida's original and only fresh food deli for pets. We carry a full line of products like Bravo, Nature's Variety, and BioComplete. We have FDA-approved meals that are prepared daily. Stop by our brand new store located at Sample Road and the Turnpike in the Festival Flea Market in Pompano, Florida, or call 954-971-2500. Check us out online at www.realfoodforpets.com. If your pet's overweight, suffers from skin problems, or you suspect food allergies, we have the solution. We also carry a large variety of pet strollers, bedding, apparel, collars, leashes, natural chews, and grooming supplies. Veterinarian owned and operated, Fiesta Pet Deli's mission is to help every pet owner have the healthiest pet they possibly can. Call us today for local deliveries or shipping throughout the United States. Call Fiesta Pet Deli today at 954-971-2500. That's 954-971-2500.
You are now tuned into W4CY Radio, entertainment at your fingertips.
I wanna be rich. Oh, I wanna be rich.
Attention listeners, we are preparing once again for takeoff, so please return to your seats as W4CY Radio welcomes back your real estate guru, the traveling investor, Nitsan Mosery.
What's happening, travelers? What's happening? We are back. I'm Nitsan Mosery, the traveling investor. This is Tom Zames, philosopher extraordinaire, and we are back. We are live. This is a live show on W4CY.com, the best internet show on internet radio on the internet. Anyway, so while we were on break, one of our Facebook followers right here wanted us to pull a card for him, and it is integration. Integration. We must integrate the yin and the yang, the swan and the eagle, right? The swan loves, by chance that the swan, when it meets its mate, they mate for life. They mate for life. It's unbelievable. Integrate the yin and the yang, the moon and the sun. Connect with your inner masculinity and your inner femininity and bring them together. What is it in your life right now, Doug, or today that you want to integrate, need to integrate, or should integrate? It's integration, the act of integrating.
I'm getting a hunch that this has either to do with business, Doug's business, or perhaps integrating his business with his wife's business. Maybe something along the lines there. Something. I'm thinking. I'm getting that it's maybe more of the integration with the home and business. That's what I'm getting.
We as men in this society, we have to learn to integrate. We have to be in constant integration because we ourselves are masculine, but we have that feminine energy in us. And a lot of times we have to connect to that feminine energy to be able to express ourselves, be able to feel emotions, be able to express them correctly, be able to understand the person that's in front of us, right? Because the female energy is the one that receives. The male energy is the one that gives, right? And you can also see it in the sexual connotation. We give and the female receives. And the female also, she's a giver of life. But here...
she's welcoming too.
Yes.
Very, very welcoming.
We're talking about integration, bringing those two parts, bringing the left side and the right side of the brain together.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of times we have that, we have a difficulty, right? And honoring what we do. Absolutely. We have to, it's, I think we said what we have to say about it now. Integration. This is your theme for the day. Learn to integrate, learn the process of integration. Go inside yourself and just mix it all together, right?
Yeah.
We'll show you that again. Look at that. And as you can see, the female face, which is the blue, and the male face, which is the red, right? The moon and the sun, right? The yin, the yang, the power, all that. We have to learn how to integrate, how to be part of the integration of the softness with the hardness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Learn how to be all things at once while maintaining, as we said before, true north and maintaining ourselves. So that was a good card, my friend. That was a good card. We have Caesar over here who wants to pull a card. So Caesar, you want Tom to pull a card or you want me to pull a card? And what's your question? Okay. Yeah, Dr. Konis, it's a beautiful card. This deck is phenomenal.
They're all beautiful.
Yeah, the deck is really made exceptionally well. So what we were talking about before the break was
asking questions, like personal questions. You know, how old are you? You know, asking a woman what her age is and all that stuff. And why are things personal? Why are we ashamed? Money.
Money. We talked about money.
Money.
We talked about money.
The value of money.
So, you know, in real estate, we always talk about finding the right market, right?
Okay.
We always talk about looking for the right particular market of where to buy a property, and there's certain criterias of what we look for, right? Certain amount of people. We want a certain type of economic driving factors. We want job growth. We want positivity, right? We want to see growth. We want to see movement forward, right? You don't want to see stagnation. You don't want to see backwards tracking. And we talked about this before the show, right? How does that equate to us? Right? When we talked just a few minutes ago with Margene and all that, how does that equate to human beings? How does that equate to us finding the right market, which means what? The right market up here, the right market as your network of people. Okay. So how do we do that? All right. So we're going to come back to that question because Caesar wants Tom to pull a card. All right.
It's not this one.
There we go.
Isolation. And it's ICE-olation. And it's looks like a White Walker.
From the Game of Thrones, huh?
Right.
Now, what's happening to the White Walker?
What's happening to the White Walker is he crying?
Those are tears. And what do those tears look like?
Fire.
Right? And what does that mean? So look at his face. Is his face 100% frozen?
No, it's half frozen.
It's melting. The tears of fire are melting away that hardness.
Okay.
Right? So when you look at it, isolation, right? When we're cold, when we're not connected to our emotions, when we're not feeling, when we don't feel ourselves, when we don't feel others, when there's no integration between the emotion and the mind, right? We block ourselves off. We create what this person has created, which is a wall of ice around us. And everyone and everything that we touch is distant, is cold. The only way to get out of that isolation is to connect with your emotions, to let those tears come out, to let the feelings come out and feel what you're hurting about. Feel your fears. Feel your not inequality, but inabilities. Feel all of your fears and the negativity which block off, which create that wall around us. And when we can go inside ourselves and we can touch ourselves again, right? Touch our emotions and go inside our heart, right? Then we can actually shed those tears, and those tears will start melting away that wall.
Melt that icy surface.
Melt that ice, right? So my question to you, Caesar, is how have you, or what have you been doing to block yourself off from your son, your son's mother, your investors, people that you care about, people that care about you? What have you done, right? And we talked about that in the first mastermind that you were there. We talked about the second mastermind as well, right? So it's pretty amazing hey, Lillian and Robert. So figure out, and then don't be afraid. Remember that first mastermind? You were afraid to go to your investors because of what happened. And when you left that mastermind, you went and you bought a property and you did what you wanted to do because you were able to connect with inside you that power, that emotion, and realize, well, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I did screw up. I made mistakes. I did all kinds of things that may not have been the best, but that's okay because I'm human and I can continue as long as I can connect with this pain and feel it, and then I can wash it away. So what are you doing, and how are you going to now melt that wall? What are you going to do to bring those bonds back into your life?
Excellent.
What do you see?
Very similar. I was just going to say, I was going to ask him where he's isolating himself in a sense, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I isolate myself and I kind of turn into a hermit every once in a while, and that serves its purpose, but then that's not healthy either. So where are you isolating yourself? Where are you blocking yourself off?
Mm-hmm.
Like Nitsan said, in what aspect of your life, maybe many, and what can you do to melt that ice?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Very cool. So
Good stuff.
So you see how it's amazing how one person on Facebook asked for a card and it was integration. Another one over here asked for isolation, and they both work together. They both work together, two separate people, but the cards work together. When you can, when there's integration from here down to here, and then from here down to here, we can start moving forward. We can start connecting. We can start melting the walls. We can start living our lives and connecting with our higher self, which then we can move forward and do great things, right? Because we weren't put on this earth to do mediocre shit, right? Now think about this. When your father, whoever it was, ejaculated into your mom, okay? How many sperms were released? Millions of them. Millions and millions of sperm. Everyone fighting. You were that 1 in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million to penetrate that egg and become you. So you are special. You are special. We're all special. So don't live a mediocre life. Integrate the mind with the heart with the mind. Come from the heart, but use the mind as well. Okay? And reach for your higher self. Reach for that power, right? The tears melt the ice. That's right, Dr. Konis. The tears melt the ice.
That's great.
Who else wants a card? Who else wants a card? Why don't we pick a theme for the remainder of the show? We got 16 minutes left.
I think Lillian wants a card.
Lillian? I think Lillian wants a card also. Lillian, you want a card? You want us to pull a card for you? Or maybe Dr. Konis, huh? Dr. Konis is the president of our Rotary Club, and this Friday is his last meeting. He did a phenomenal job this year, and I want to congratulate him, and it was fantastic. And by the way, today also is my 11-year wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes. We've been together 20 years. We've been together 18 years, but we got married 11 years ago.
Wow.
Okay. So it's a little different. We did things backwards, right?
That's okay.
First we had kids, then we got married, then I had my bachelor party. So we kind of did it all backwards there.
Backwards is good nowadays.
Backwards.
The more stuff you can do backwards or opposite the masses, the better off you're going to be in life. That's a rule that you can apply to just about anything.
Absolutely. What's happening, Marcos? So it's funny. So, you say that, right? Having kids and all that. So I was watching, thank you. I was watching one of these shows, and he was saying there's 3 things you need to do in America to be successful. Just 3 things. Okay. Graduate high school. Don't have kids before you're married, and get a job. That's it. Then you're successful, right? The first 2 I like. Getting a job, I'm not so sure about, because a job stands for just over broke.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's that. So what Caesar says here, wow, super, that info. And it's very true what you talk about. I guess I'm super protective myself from hurt. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, see, when you protect yourself from hurt, you are preventing yourself from being in possible situations that could be amazing for you.
That's right.
Because you're hiding. You're protective. It's kind of like this with now. Everyone's staying home. I don't want to be out. I'm afraid.
It's the fear.
It's the fear.
Right.
It's the fear.
It's the fear.
It's a fear. So let yourself be hurt, man. Go out and get your feelings hurt.
Be hurt. It's okay.
Yeah.
all of us have been hurt.
Yeah.
All of us has gone through some major emotional breakdown where the love of our lives, someone that we thought we were going to marry, someone hurt us, brothers, sisters, parents.
Oh, yeah.
We've all been through it.
Hurt.
Right? But if you let that stop you from living your life, you will never be happy. You will never be fulfilled. You need to be able to go out and to experience everything. And it's just an experience. It's just an experience. You know, I live by this motto: this too shall pass. Right? When I get hurt, when I get frustrated, when I see things going on, this too shall pass. Right? Let me ride out the wave. Let me see what's going on. I'm here for the journey. Right? I'm going to steer my boat as best as I can to the destination where I want to go.
Yeah.
Right? But if things happen, I'm going to take it with a grain of salt, and I'm going to maintain high vibration so that I can ride it out no matter where I go. Right? There's a scale of vibration frequencies, and when you're down and depressed and negative, you're vibrating at extremely low vibration. When you're super powerful, when you're happy, when you're excited, when you're passionate, when you're setting goals, when you're moving forward, when you're not afraid to take risk, you're vibrating at a much higher level. And when you vibrate at that much higher level, you attract that vibration.
Yes.
You attract all of that same vibration. So go out there and get hurt. Go out there and put yourself in a situation where you open yourself up to someone, because you never know what's going to happen. We get hurt because we expect things from others. We expect them to behave a certain way. We look into the future. We're not present in the moment, right? If we understand that we should never be attached to anything or anyone, no outcome, then we can move through life and experience things one after the other, and never putting ourselves in a situation where we're not experiencing things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
What's happening, Phil Jackson? What's happening, Lonnie and Christy? How's it going? So for those of you that have just entered, if you want to go to w4cy.com and click on Talk 4 TV, you can see the entire show with the beautiful living room that we're sitting in right now. And there's a grand piano right behind Tom and a fireplace and all that, rather than this green screen over here. But anybody want a card? We're pulling some cards here for what we want. What's the key to a good marriage? Dr. Konis asks. Oh,
wow.
All right. Well,
wow.
If I give away that secret, I'm going to have to charge a lot of money.
Wow.
I don't know, Doc. You seem to have a pretty awesome relationship with your wife as well. So why don't you share some knowledge and drop some nuggets on us, right? Let's go. I think what makes a good marriage is the fact that you are willing to walk away if your standards are not being met.
Wow.
Okay. Hey, Rebecca, I think a good marriage is also depends on both parties knowing who they are. You need to know who you are. Not so that you can dig your heels in and say, this is me, but so that you are able to move out of yourself and see the other person from their perspective. Someone who's not secure with themselves cannot remove themselves and see things from the other person. So I think that's very important for us to be able to do that. And Dr. Konis says honesty. Absolutely. Honesty, right? You got to be open. You got to be transparent. We have to understand also that the person sitting or in front of us or in our bed, sharing our bed with us and raising our children is another human being. And they go through shit all the time, just as we do. So we have to be tempered. We have to understand that people go through things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We gotta and active listening.
Yep.
Active listening is the best. Right? It makes people heard. It makes them feel like, you know what, this person is listening to me, even if we don't agree. You don't have to agree. You just have to listen and make the other person feel understood. Right?
Yeah. Hear them. Hear them.
Right.
Hear them.
People want to be heard.
Yeah.
It's amazing how when my wife and I get into a heated conversation and I feel like, you know what, it's not even about winning or losing, but I don't want this to escalate. I appreciate my relationship more than the topic that we're talking about. So I will start to repeat after her what she says. So you feel like this, and you have this, and this is what you said, and this is it. And then I ask her, did I get it right? Is there anything else? I didn't say that I agree with it. I didn't say you're right, I'm wrong. I just mimicked her. I just mirrored her, and I asked her if there's anything else. And immediately that de-escalates the situation. Once you de-escalate the situation, then you can sit down and you can talk and you can work things out and move from there.
There you go. You sound like philosopher extraordinaire right now.
I don't know, man. I think I'm vibing off of your jack over here.
That's what it's all about. You know?
That's right, Doc. Pick your battles. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's right. Yeah. What's happening, Sharon? How are you? So anybody want us to pick another card for them? We got 8 more minutes left. So we started talking about real estate markets.
Yeah.
And how to find them and why it's important to find them, right? Because we want to be somewhere that goes up, that's on the way up. We don't want to be somewhere that's stagnant. We don't want to be somewhere that's pulling us down. And the same thing goes with our personal lives.
Yeah.
Right? We want to be around people that push us up. We want to be around people that motivate us. That lift us. There are so many people out there that, there's so many people that pull us down, that don't want to see us succeed.
Yeah.
The majority of the people out there don't want you to succeed, because when you succeed, they look like crap, because they go, oh my God, you succeeded and I didn't. We can't have that.
And here's the dirty secret. We all have these friends that don't want us to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
These are not real friends.
Right.
They're infiltrators. They're moles.
Mm-hmm. They're energy suckers.
Yeah, I've eradicated mine.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And as they come in, like a fly, you get rid of them.
That's right.
But that's a pro tip. All of you people listening, who are your friends that are not supporting you, not applauding you, not encouraging you? They're naysaying you. Oh, that's a silly idea. That's crazy. That's whatever. You don't need that kind of crap in your life.
That's right.
Get rid of it.
So we got a guy, Gal, here from Israel. And yes, that's right, Doc. They're imposters. Absolutely. So Gal from Israel is asking, how do we find this environment? How do we find the right environment for us? That's
personally or real estate wise?
No, personally. I would say personally. Right?
Personally.
Yes, personally.
Well, what feels right, for one? Do these people feel like they have your back? Are these people that you can trust? Are these people that encourage you? What kind of talk do they have? Are they negative? Are they positive for the most part? What are they? Listen to what they say, how they act, their actions, even more important than their words. And you just have to discern. You discern from there. Look around you. What are these guys doing? When I look back on my life 15 years ago, and I look at my 5 people that I associate with most, and I look now at my 5 people that I associate with most, it's different, and they're correlated. And the quality of my life is correlated to that as well.
Absolutely.
So
I think we have to romanticize our life. Romanticize it. Start dreaming again. Start dreaming of the people that we want to be around, the places that we want to be. Start getting excited, right? We're so bogged down with all of the shit that's going on outside and the pandemic and the this, and I got to get a job and I got to support my family and I got to do this. And we forget to dream. We forget to romanticize our life. But once you start again and you start romanticizing and you start putting in all these places, I want to go there, and this is the person I want to be with, and these are the friends that I want to have. Remember, the mind is the most powerful tool you have. What your mind can conceive or perceive, you can achieve. So you got to start here, start romanticizing, start filling that space up with positive thoughts, with positive vibrations, with who do I want to be around? I want to be around this kind of person. I want this person for my partner, my business partner, my social partner. I want friends that treat me like this, and I want to treat them like that. And when you start going out there, you'll be amazed. You got to be open to it, though. You'll be amazed at how the universe will respond, and suddenly you bump into somebody on the street. You start talking to them. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, hey, blah, blah, blah. And maybe the universe made you bump into that person for a reason.
Absolutely.
Talk to them. See who they are. And when you start romanticizing, you start creating these avatars in your mind and start asking yourself, where do these people hang out? What are they doing? Where do they go? Right? What kind of events do they go to? What kind of parties do they go to? What restaurants do they hang out at? Right? Are they philanthropic? Are they not? Do they give back to the community? And you start asking yourself these questions. Again, back to the questions.
Yeah. Questions.
Right? You ask yourself and just wait. Wait for the answers, then continue going on with your life and just be amazed at what just comes pouring in.
Absolutely. All the all the accomplishments I've had right now were all visions.
All visions.
All started as a vision and a thought.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's real.
It is. It is. You know, if you don't dream and romanticize your life, you're living by default.
Yeah.
You're just going day by day by day. And then when you're going to be on your deathbed, you're going to look around and you're like, oh my God, I've wasted all my life.
We have the power to author the life that we want. And it is up to us to do that by the words we dictate, that we speak. You know, when something, when you do something stupid, do you say, oh, stupid me,
right?
Again, stupid me? Or, you know, how do you talk to yourself? Are you nice to yourself?
Right.
We're also so concerned about offending everybody else. What about yourself? How are you offending yourself?
That's right.
I'm offended by some things for myself personally that I'm appalled of. No, I'm not appalled, but I'm disappointed in myself. There's a couple things that aren't going the way that I had planned. And it's all my fault.
Right.
All my fault.
That's right.
And once you take ownership of that, that's when you have power.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Gal is asking, we got like maybe a minute and a half. He says, if all your best friends are not in this mindset, what do? You can continue hanging out with them, but I would also find other people to hang out with as well.
You find new people.
You don't have to give them up because these are your friends. You probably went through a lot of experiences and bonding together. Just find new friends. Find new friends.
Or give them a lot more time. You know, ration out the time. Give the negative friends a little bit less time. Spread the positive friends. Give them a little more of your attention. Even that's a shift right there.
Sure. And I want to mention one thing. I did on one of my Friday group coaching calls with my students. I talked about this. I said, first, let's not ask how. Forget about the how.
Yeah.
The how will show itself, right? What you have to focus on is the what and the why. What do I want to do? Why do I want to do it, right? Once you focus on the what and the why, the how suddenly appears. But you got to focus first on the what and the why. Forget about how. Yeah. How am I going to create How am I going to create a multi-million-dollar empire? I don't know. What type of empire do I want to create, and why do I want to create it? And then you'll be amazed at what goes on. You'll be amazed at how the universe funnels all those people in and takes care of all of the hows. You will be surprised. And you'll have to go through some trial and error.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Everybody goes through trial and error.
As long as the why is big enough, the how will show up.
That's it. All right, guys. Thanks for being on. Hey, Frank, how are you? Travelers, thanks for being on the show here and there. If you're looking to become a traveling investor, hit me up at success@traveling-investor.com, and I'll show you how you too can become a traveling investor. I'm Nitzan Mosery. This is Tom Zames, Philosopher Extraordinaire. We will see you somewhere on Spaceship Earth. Until next week, travel well, travel safe. Take care.
Wow, what a great show. Are you excited to learn the untold secrets of how to get wealthy? Then tune in next Thursday and every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern right here on W4CY Radio. You too can learn how to become a traveling investor. If you missed any part of this episode or want to hear it again, go to the Traveling Investor podcast on iHeartRadio. You can listen to all past episodes on demand 24/7. Next week's episode will take us somewhere new and exciting, so don't miss it. Thank you for listening.
I wanna